We will see storage classes. Okay, storage class. What is storage class? It is actually related to the data type we are defining, or it is related to the variable. So what are the variables? Variables we are declaring. Whenever we want to save any value or store any value, instead of saving, store is a proper word. Whenever we want to store any value, yes, whenever we want to store any value in somewhere, like user wants to give some input, or he wants to computer wants to show output to the user. For that we required something to store, and that is called as variable. We are taking a variable to allocate memory, and in that we are saving the value. So what is storage class? There are different kind of variables. For the variables, there are the types. Means it is not related to the integer data type. Data types are different. Storage classes. There are types of the variable. So basically, computer allocates a space for a variable in two ways. First thing is in the memory, and second thing is CPU registers. What is register? If you go on the Google and search what is register, register is nothing but whenever we are giving command to the computer to calculate something. For example, C equal to A plus B. A will have some value. A will have the value. B will have some value. So it is taking these variables. It is converting into the binary. It is stored in the register. The people says it is whole computer is made up of lights, on or off, right? So this there will be the registers. It is taking that memory into the registers and calculates the value, doing operations using one's complement, two's complement method. Okay, and for that again, it is reconverting into the back and is storing in the computer. It is storing all the variables in the binary format. So there will be the two ways to store the or allocate the space. One is memory and second is a register. Then why storage classes is there? We want to understand which variable is stored in the register and which kind of variable is stored in the memory. Memory is nothing but whenever I am saying the memory, it is related to the RAM. Always say random access memory, temporary memory. The memory which is used to calculations. It is called as RAM, random access memory, not read-only memory. Read-only memory is nothing but a hard disk. It is 2 TB or something like that. People says it is a 64-bit or something like that, right? Or RAM is 8 GB, and depending upon the RAM computers, how computer is fast, that will be the calculated because of RAM. Because whenever we are running any program, whatever the variables required it, they are allocated, or memory required it, that is allocated in the RAM. Therefore, RAM effects on the speed of computer or mobile, not ROM or not hard disk. So that is related to the storage classes. We can externally also put the hard disk to computer, but that doesn't mean that it will become fast, right? So RAM is important. So memory is allocated in two ways, in the memory or CPU. Therefore, whenever there is a variable, it is either allocated at memory or CPU register. So what is the initial value of a variable? It depends upon the storage class, or it depends upon the type of variable which we are seeing. So each of the variable it will have the default value. For example, some variable kind of things, some of the variables have the default value as a 0, but some of them have the random value. So that we will see. So what is the scope of a variable? Scope of a variable is nothing but where this variable is available in the calculation in the program, at which place this variable is available, it is called as scope of a variable. Second thing, what is the lifetime of a variable? Means how much time it is available for the program. Now there are the four types of storage classes. Four types of storage classes means there are four types of variables. Okay, means depending upon how it is allocated, there are the four types. First thing is automatic storage class. Second is register storage class. Third is static storage class, and last is external. So we will see one by one. Automatic. Automatic storage class is nothing but whenever you are declaring a variable, it will have keyword auto before that. For example, here auto you can give. Even though you will not specify, default storage class is a auto. This int is also auto. So you can either specify this as auto or no need to specify. Both the variables are the all these three variables are nothing but a auto. So if you write so storage memory, and what is its default value? Garbage value. Garbage means random value. C- Computer does not guarantee that its value default value will be this. Automatically computer gives any value. And what is the scope of that? Suppose this variable is declared in this block. What is block? Block is nothing but bounded by curly braces. So if this variable is allocated in these two curly braces, its scope is within this. In this curly braces only, this variable is available, not outside. Remember this thing. So if you compile this, we will copy this. If we compile this, let us see what happens. Let me yes. Why it is giving an error? What is this? Some character is added there. Simple ways to search on the Google. Something is wrong. Yes. Okay. The whatever the space character was there, that was something was wrong. Maybe PowerPoint gives some another character inside that, and that's why there was a problem. Okay, now it gives proper. So even though if you give auto or if you not specify the auto, these are the automatic. If you see, it gives some error or 0 a some random value. It can be 0 or non-zero also. So it gives some random value for each of the variable if it is a storage as a auto. So even though if you will not specify this auto, it will be the automatic storage class. Remember this thing. Second thing, if you see in this example, there is int a equal to 10 and there is a curly brace started. Even though there is no loop, it is very bad practice to take a curly braces inside, but depend upon this. If you write here int a equal to 20, so you can see one variable is declared as a equal to 10, another variable is declared inside the a equal to 10, 20, printf. Because of this printf statement, it will search for the variable a, its value. So it will search nearest value. So a will know that its value is 20. It will print 20. Again it will come here. This curly brace is complete. Once this curly brace is complete, all these variables are not available next. So whenever there is a printf statement for the a, it will take value of a equal to 10 because this is a automatic storage class and this is not available because for this inside the curly braces this is available, inside the curly braces this is not available. You can say this is a simple rounded, this curly braces, this a is available only for this. So once you go outside this curly braces or this block, say we can say this is a block. For this block, once we come outside, this is not available. Therefore, its output will be 20 because this will be printed first, and then its output space is there before %d, and then the value of a is 10. So 20 and 10 will be the output. Now if we go for this third example, int main, that is a function, main function, int a equal to 20, printf %d a. It will have the output as a 20. But if we come here, it has written printf %d a. But this a is available only within this block, right? In this curly braces, within this block. Therefore, for this statement, it will give compilation error because this will have this a is not available. It is not declared. So this is the third example of a storage class. Again, In one more example, int main int I, it has defined int I for I equal to 0, I less than 4, I plus plus, int a equal to 20, print a %d. Whenever this loop runs, int a equal to 20, print a %d a, so it will print for I equal to 0, it will print 20. Again a plus plus, so the value of a will become 21. Again it will come for increment in I equal to 1, then 1 is less than 4, yes, it will go inside. Again it will allocate int a equal to 20, new variable, because a equal to 20, so value of a will become 20 again. So print a %d, the value of a is 20. Therefore, for each of the iteration of this loop, it will print 20, because this is defined inside the loop. If we will have this declaration here, what would have been printed? In that case, printing will be 20, 21, 22, 23, right? But since it is inside, the declaration is inside, it will print 20, 20, 20, 20. Okay. Now, the second storage class is register storage class. Register. The memory allocated for this, actually it is not, we cannot say that it is a memory allocation. It is stored in the registers. It is stored in the register. What is register? There will be the on off lights, and in that this variable will be stored in the binary format. Means if it is 1, there will be the light on. If it is 0, there will be the light off. And so if your computer is 64-bit, in the 64 lights, it will be stored in the binary format. So the default value is garbage value. Scope of this variable is within a block, local to the block. Whatever the block is defined, it is there. And till the control remains within the block, means whenever computer is running the program, and in that block, it will have the scope, means it is available in the block only. Whatever at the place, it is defined. So now if you go for this example 1, register a equal to 10, int star p equal to address of a. Since it is a register, its type is what? Register. You need to attach a keyword register, so that it will be allocated in the register of a computer. Since it is a register, it will not have the memory allocation. It is stored in the register. Therefore, it will not have the, it is not allocated at the RAM. Therefore, it will not have the address. So accessing the address of that will give the compilation error, because its type is register. Because A will not have the address. It is stored in the registers. It is stored in the lights, we can say. So register. So therefore, register is a keyword by which you can declare. The important thing about register is it is very fast, because whatever the memory you are allocating uh, for the other storage classes like automatic or external or static, it is allocating in the memory. So whenever you want to take that variable to the calculation, so what it does, it takes that variable that is in the binary, it takes in the variable, it puts in the register to calculation. Registers are responsible to calculate the things, so they are putting these binary variables depending upon the bytes, it will put into the different registers, and different registers it will put and then calculate the addition, subtraction, division, multiplication, such kind of thing, copy thing, all these things. And after that, again it will store the value into the memory from that register. Therefore, the defining this variable as a register, computer will become, this program will become faster than that. But only thing is there will be the limitation for register. You could not assign all the variables, and playing with the register can be can be digester for a computer, or that will be the problematic for the computer because you are playing with the directly registers. So memory, storing variable in the memory will take care of some storage spaces and all these things. Otherwise, if you allocate the memory for the register, it will become uh, unhealthy for the computer. And second thing is, registers are fast. So if you require some binary number 10 or something like for that, and you want to access it again and again, you can define it as a register. So your computer program will become faster than that. So you can think of this variable is faster to access. In the second example, again here, if you define this register a equal to int a b, and if you give scan a percent d address of a, address of b, again it will give the compiler error because you could not access address of a and percent a. You can read this as a address of a, so you could not do that because they are the register variables. Now the third variable storage class is a static storage class. What is this static? Static, it will be stored in the memory. So its storage is a memory. So whenever it is a memory, that is a RAM. So its default value is 0. Means if it is integer, it will have the 0. If it is a float, it is a 0 0.0. If it is a string, it is a null character array. That will be the, if it is a pointer, that is a null. So that is about the static. So local to the block, which variable is defined? Its scope means it is available, and its life is whenever there is a computer is running the program between different function calls. Within the function call, it is available. So it is like a block. So we will see examples about the static. Int a, this is int a. If you define this variable before the main, so printf, if you do, its value will become 0. First thing. Second example, if you define this as static, for the static you need to give the keyword static int a. Whatever the allocation as int a, you need to give the static int a. So if you printf, it will have the 0 value. So if you define any variable before the main, it will be available in all functions on that file. Remember this thing. In the main, in the other functions also it is available. Second thing, there are the default values %d, %d, %f, cfi. For this integer, this is character, it will have the 0 value. For static int, it will have the 0 value. For the float, it will have the 0.000 for the float, and so on. Again, in the fourth example, static int I equal to 10, I equal to 25. So before this printing, the value is assigned as a 25. Therefore, the value will be the 25. It is very straightforward. A static variable is defined here. Okay. Now this different. This looks different. In the main, inside this curly braces, int a equal to 5. So this is defined as a static. If we remove this static, this will give an error because it has tried to access this variable here. Variable is not visible here. That will be available. Now, if we have the static, in the static also, this will give an error. If we remove this comment, it will give an error because this variable is defined in this curly braces. So, for any storage classes, within this scope, curly braces are important. Within that only it is available. It is available inside this or curly braces inside this block. So within the block of this, it is available in this block or within this block, whatever the defined here. So this will give an error because it is defined inside. So its scope is available only to the block. Now the last storage class is external storage class. I will share this PPT after this session also, so that you can have a look. Uh, Last storage class is a external storage class. What is external? It is allocated in the memory. So only one storage class is added into the register. Otherwise, all three classes are variables are saved in the memory. Default value is 0 and its scope is global throughout the program. Let's see how it is throughout the program. So if you declare any variable before the main, by default it will become a external. If you want to define this as a static, you need to give it here static word. But for the external, no need to give the word as a external. EXTERN. No need to give. By default, it will become this. This is available in any function. In the main also, if you define any other function also, that is that I is available there, because you can think of this is available on the file anywhere. If you go for the second example, you can give the external keyword for this also. Main printf %d I. So this is available here. External keyword also give. Okay. Second thing is you can define this here, but you need to okay. We will come for this slide. There is a problem. I will come up here. Okay. If you will not define this, if it is by default, it is external, and this function will become external. Int a equal to b, sum of a b %d a plus b. So we have seen this kind of function, sum function. It is making a sum for this %d a plus b. Sum of this return 0. So by default, it is a external. Whenever you are defining the external variable, you need to initialize this. Extern int I equal to 10. If you define this extern as a variable I equal to 10, its value become you need to assign it to the value. Therefore, it is not giving an error. If you go here, the value is not initialized. The value is not assigned. Therefore, it is giving an error here, compilation error. But in fourth example, I equal to 10 int main %d I. For this, the value it assigned, therefore it is giving an output. Only difference within this and this is that. Here it is giving an error, it is not giving error only because of this assignment. That's it. So anyone has any question? I will share this PPT after the lecture so that you can have the look one by one. You can try this. You can check these programs also one by one. If you want more description, I will share the tutorial also, link of the tutorial also. From that also you can read. Yes, it is on the desktop. Let me. Okay, we'll share after that. Once this WhatsApp will there, I will share that PPT. Okay. Now we will see. We will come with. Yesterday I have given some of the problems to you, list of problems you. So we want to do one program for that. After that, we will see the preprocessors. Okay. Okay, let us see what is preprocessor. Then after that we will see the practical programs. Suppose you want to take some variable. For example, suppose some variable and its value you know that will be the constant value. For example, y- you know that you want to take the size of an array, and that will become in the program. You could not define array like this, right? Take size from the user and allocate the memory from the user and n, right? User don't know that you could not do in the C programming, right? But you can define this n as a global constant, and you can control from it from one place. For example, hash define size. Remember this thing, whenever you are defining a constant, this is called as constant. One size variable is available. One size variable is available. You can use this like here. Like suppose you want to define the two arrays. You can use this. It is called as preprocessor. Preprocessor means what? Whenever you are compiling this, whenever you are compiling this, what it does, it takes the copy of this. Means whenever there is a size word, it changes it to the 200. This is same as defining this as a 200. Therefore, it is called as preprocessor. Whenever you are compiling, at the time of compilation, it replaces this value with this. Therefore, whenever you run the computer, means before the compilation, it replaces this in the back end, and then it will send to the compiler to compile. Means whenever you are running this, before that, the size is replaced by 200. So therefore, this is a constant. You could not assign, you could not do like this, size equal to, assigning this to the value is wrong because this is constant. Remember this thing. So this is a preprocessor. Now exercise for you. Anyone is in the lobby? No. Let me take attendance. Okay. Manage permissions. Okay. No. There is a setting. Meeting options. Okay. Okay. The first thing about this is a preprocessor, has defined constant. This is a way. Remember, there is no semicolon at the end, and this is general practice that we can put this in the capital. But even though if you write this as a small, there is no any there is no any issue. Means capital is not important. You can use small letter also, but the general practice of a people, they are taking capital to understand that this is a preprocessor. So this will be replaced there. We want to see more preprocessors. I will share the link for from that, and please check. It is very simple. This is exercise to you to understand what is preprocessors. Because if you go for the C programming, there are the many topics. But in the programming word, you should have ability to learn more things from the reading purpose only. From the reading the book from external source or something. Therefore, this topic is very simple. Preprocessors. I will give you the link. Preprocessors. Constants. You can go on the Google and check preprocessors. What is preprocessors? So, and try to understand this. If anyone has any question about preprocessors, then we will see later. Not any issue. But this is one kind of preprocessor I have defined. But how much things you can do using the preprocessors, that you can see. You can check one tutorial some on the internet and check it, and let me know if you have any question. I am just trying to give you opportunity to learn directly from the source, so that in the programming or in the computer you should have ability to that also. Remember this thing. That's why I am not taking that topic. That is very simple, but you should have ability to that. If anyone has any question on that, then we will see in the lecture class. Let me know at that place. But try to understand that. Once you will have look on that, I will maybe I will share the PPT for that also, or I will share the link for that. Okay. Okay. So what we will do now? What we will do now? We will do one program. You need to do one program in which okay, I need to stop now. We will take some practical session on the file input output, and then we will see.